So now we have an address book with actually also working in navigation. So we can hit the right arrow to go to the next card and the left arrow to go to the previous card. So what do we need more? Well, an address book actually needs a search also. So what I would like to do is that I would like to add a kind of looking glass. I grab the SVG icon again, and let's bring up this one and go to the settings. Maybe this one should be a little bit more smaller, 28 times 28. Yes, that's good enough. And then let's see if we have something about search. Yes, we have a looking glass, so let's select that one. And maybe we should move that one a little bit out here, like that. Now, when I hit on this one, I want it to show a search field, like this. Maybe like that, maybe a little bit wider, something like that. Let's name this one search, and we can actually name this one search also. Isn't that a problem? No, it is not a problem, because one is the widget search and the other one is the field search. So now we have those two. And this one, as you have seen maybe in the property inspector, every control has an attribute called visible. So if I deselect this one, well, then it is still there, but it is not visible. So that means if I select this one again, then it comes back. And of course, I can control that via code, because if you hover over the attributes here, you will see that soon it pops up a kind of tooltip thing, and that is what this attribute is called if you would like to use it in the code. And if you really would like to see them instead, well, then you can actually go into LiveCode settings or the preferences, and then you can change that so it shows the kind of script name instead of the attribute name. But we know it's visible in both cases in this case, so that's not a problem. So I will deselect this one, and then if I edit this, the code for this one, then of course we need an on mouse up, because this, we want this to happen when someone clicks on this looking glass. And what should we do? Well, we should just show field search like this. Apply this code, and then we can try this one. Click on this one, and now it appears. And there was already some text in this one. So what happened now? Well, if I click again, will it go away? No, because at the moment the only thing we say is show field search. So that was maybe not that good. We need to be able to hide that one also. We could of course automatically hide that when we have performed the search later on. But then we might want to continue the search. If we have a lot of people named Matthew, then we would maybe like to find them all in some way. So can we fix that in some way? Well, yeah, we could say that in this case I would like to actually have it like, if I click on this one once, it will show the field. If I click on it again, it will hide the field. So can I do that? Well, then we need to have some kind of logic into this application. So we haven't looked into a lot of programming, but what we would like to do is that we would like to say, if this visible attribute of the field search is selected or true, then we would like to hide the field, or in other case we would like to show the field. So then we could say, okay, we try this one. If the visible of field, and we should have this one correctly, field search is true, then, and now we misspelled the. So if the visible of field search is true, then what should we do then? And now you see that it also automatically adds an end if when I hit return. And this is because we need to tell the system the if statement starts here, and we also need to tell that it ends somewhere, because maybe you would like to have several lines of code that you would like to run. So then we can use an if and then an end if. Okay, if it is true, then we would like to hide the field search. The problem is that we would like to have some kind of if it's not true, do we need to add another if statement then? Yes, we can, but there is also another way to do this, and that is to write else in this one. And not else. Now I had a little bit. I should just have else like this. Okay, and now we would like to move this line. So I cut this line and paste it here like that. And now if we apply this one, we could try this one again. We could hide it and we can show it. Now, when we do show this one, wouldn't it be nice to kind of, if there was any text in this one, that was automatically selected. So then I can just start typing. And we could do that. So what do we want? Well, we want to select the text of field search. And then we hit apply. So now if I write something here like that, and then I click on that one, and then when I click again, now we see that the text is automatically selected. So now as soon as I start to type, it types something else. So now we want to perform the search also. And how do we do that? Well, what is usually common is that if you're in a field and then you hit the return key, then it should do the search. Can we do that? Yeah, yes, of course we can do that. Sorry for interruption, but there is actually two other things that I've made with the search field, and that is that I have selected the share text, the same as we had on all the labels, because the reason is that if I hunt for Fred, then when I go to another card, I want the text Fred to remain in this one. And then I have also at the bottom here selected that it should don't search in this field. So then, because otherwise if I write something and hit return, then it can actually find the text in the search field itself, and that is not what I want. So I want it to hunt in the stack. So these two I have also selected. So let's grab the script for this search field. And if you, well, now I already had the code here. Sorry for that, but what we have here is that we have two kind of messages that LiveCode sends, and the first one is the return in field, and then what happens is that now when we hit the return key, it will try to find the text of me, and if I hit the enter key, well, then I actually call the same return in field, because maybe I would like to do something else later on, and then I have the code in one place. I could of course have written find the text of me down here, but at the moment I will actually call the other function from the first function in that case. There is a couple of settings that I have selected, and that is in the preferences or the attributes for this field. I have selected first share text, because what I would like to do is that I would like to grab this and paste this into the navigation group later on, and then because I wanted to be able to find this one on every page, not only on the Fred Mark page. And then I have two buttons that I have selected. The first one is the shared text. That means that if I write Fred in this field, then I go to another card, you know, but by default these input fields, they don't share the text. That means that if I go to another card, well, then it will be empty again, or maybe something else that I wrote the last time I was there. Then I also have at the bottom here, it says don't search, and if I have this one deselected, then this one will also be part of the search. And now if I have this one and say that I would like to hunt for Fred and hit the return key, then it might actually find this one as something that is possible to find. But I want it to not search in this field. So therefore I selected that one. So with that, we have something that might be working. So let's try this one. So first of all, I would like to kind of move this one into the group with the navigation. So how can I grab these? Well, first of all, I can select that one, hold down the shift key and select that one. And then in the edit menu, I can cut these objects, because now they are in the clipboard buffer. And now if I select down here, and I need to have this one so I can select the group. Now if I right click on this one, it says paste into group, and this is the same as kind of selecting this group, click the edit group button, paste, and then click exit group. But I can do it in one step here. So now that one is pasted into the group. So now the search is actually available on every page, and I can click on this one, and I can click on that one, and now I can hunt for Fred maybe, and you see that it actually works. So that was nice, and if I hit return again, it will try to find the next one, but as there were no next one, let's add a new Fred maybe on this card. Fred Stromberg, like this. And now if I go here and find and find and find and so on and so forth, I can continue to find every Fred in my application just by hitting return. But if you look carefully, it actually didn't do that, because it selected that one, and now this one is not selected anymore. It lost the selection after I made the search. So we need to fix that one, of course. So we can do that. So let's select this one again. I clicked that one, so I can select individual controls, and then let's edit the script. On this one, we had that here, field search, and no, that is now something happened here. What happened? Edit script. That one. So after we are done find the text of me, we could do select, and if we would like to put the selection at the end, we see that in my case, as I have the indie version, I get some kind of code completion examples here, but what we would like to have is select after, and then it says text of field, so let's say select after field search. And then we apply that one, and now if I go here and if I hit return and hit return and hit return, you see that now it keeps the selection in this one, so it will hunt for every Fred in my address book. So now we have also a nice search in our address book.